Have you ever noticed how some people seem to move through life with a quiet, effortless calm, like they're not constantly wrestling with their own minds? While you're replaying a conversation from 3 days ago, or planning responses to situations that might never even happen. On the outside, everything looks fine, but inside, the noise never stops. If that feels familiar, stay here with me, because what you're experiencing isn't a flaw. It's not weakness, and it's not something that needs to be fixed. What if I told you the difference between living in constant mental noise and finding that natural peace isn't about controlling your thoughts? It's about something much simpler. You've probably felt glimpses of this yourself. Those rare moments when your mind finally goes quiet and everything just feels right. What I'm about to share will show you how to live from that place permanently. Here's what most people don't realize about living in their head. You think the problem is what you're thinking about, the worries, the replaying, the endless planning. But the real issue isn't the content of your thoughts. It's that you've forgotten there's a difference between you and your thinking mind. Right now, there's probably some background chatter happening in your head. Maybe it's commenting on what I'm saying. Maybe it's making a grocery list. But here's the question almost nobody asks. Who's listening to that chatter? If you can hear the voice in your head, then you cannot be that voice. You are the one who hears it. If you can hear the voice in your head, if you can observe it, notice it, and watch it run, then you logically cannot be that voice. You are the one witnessing it. You are the presence behind the noise. Think of it this way. The voice is just something the mind does. It's a biological function. Your heart beats, your lungs breathe, and your mind thinks. It's a survival machine. But most of us spend our entire lives completely identified with that mental voice. Whatever it says, we believe. Whatever it worries about, we feel. We never realize that we actually have a choice to stop listening. The voice in your head never stops because it genuinely believes that stopping is dangerous. It thinks that if it isn't constantly analyzing every past mistake and reviewing every future threat, something terrible will happen to you. It thinks its endless commentary is protecting you from the world. But if you look closely at your life, you'll see that most of what that voice says has nothing to do with actual present moment reality. It's just mental static. It treats an awkward text message with the same level of emergency as a physical predator. This creates a state of constant mental time travel. You are physically here in this moment, but mentally, you're everywhere else. You're reliving embarrassing moments from years ago, imagining worst-case scenarios that haven't happened, or rehearsing conversations that may never even occur. And here's the secret. That voice feeds on your attention. Every time you engage with it, every time you try to argue with it or fix what it's worried about, you're giving it fuel. The more you wrestle with the voice, the stronger and louder it becomes. The people who seem naturally calm haven't found a way to kill the voice. They've simply stopped taking it so seriously. They hear it, but they know it isn't the truth of who they are. So, how do we practically stop living in our heads? It starts with a simple shift in perspective that I call the notice and name practice. We spend so much time being the victim of our thoughts, but we can choose to be the observer instead. When you catch your mind spinning, replaying a conversation, or worrying about tomorrow, I want you to do 3 simple things. First, pause and say to yourself, I notice my mind is thinking about, and then name the topic. Don't say I am worried. Say, I notice my mind is producing a worry about work. This tiny change in language creates a massive distance between you and the thought. Second, remind yourself of the truth. I am the one who hears this. If I can observe the chatter, I am not the chatter. This breaks the identification. Third, anchor your attention back to the physical world. Feel the weight of your feet on the floor. Notice 3 distinct sounds in the room around you. Take 1 slow, conscious breath. This isn't about stopping the thoughts. That's just another form of fighting. It's about choosing where your attention lives. What's fascinating is how this mental noise creates an emotional echo chamber. The voice tells a story about why a friend didn't call you back. You believe the story, so you feel hurt. Then the voice analyzes that hurt and creates even more stories about your worth or the relationship. Suddenly, you are having a full-blown emotional crisis over a scenario that exists only in your imagination. When you recognize this pattern, you see that most of your suffering isn't coming from what's actually happening in your life. It's coming from the stories your mind tells you about it. The moment you see this clearly, you realize the door to your mental prison has been open the whole time. Real change doesn't happen in a single, dramatic moment where your mind suddenly goes silent forever. It happens in layers. It unfolds gradually in the small moments you almost miss, in the space between two thoughts, or in the pause before you react to an old trigger. Every time you remember that you are not your thoughts, something inside you softens. You don't have to fix yourself or become a better version of yourself. You simply have to step back into the awareness that has always been there. You are not the anxious thoughts. You are not the stories about what could go wrong. You are the awareness that notices all of it. Like clouds passing through a vast sky. Some clouds are dark and heavy, others are light and wispy, but none of them define the sky itself. You are the sky. Choosing this awareness isn't about becoming passive or detached from life. In fact, it's the opposite. When you're no longer trapped in the noise of your head, you become more present, more alive, and more responsive to the people you love. You act from intention instead of impulse. If this resonates with you, subscribing is a quiet commitment to yourself to live from this place of awareness more often. I invite you to share in the comments one thing you noticed today when you stopped to listen to your thoughts instead of just believing them. Maybe it was how repetitive the thoughts are, or how quickly they jump to conclusions. Whatever you noticed is a victory, because awareness grows every time it's acknowledged. Keep noticing, keep returning to the present, and keep remembering who you are beneath the noise. The peace you've been searching for was never somewhere else. It was always here, right now, waiting for you to notice it.